and welcome to the Crow's Nest. This is Scotty.
It's Steve.
We're sitting in some enchanted evening lounge of the Vision of the Seas Royal Caribbean ship. This might be weird lighting, but it's an experiment. We just wanted to chat a little bit. We're coming up toward the end of our January intended to be 12-night cruise. Now it's a 13-night cruise.
Now it's a 13-night cruise.
And we're having wistful end of cruise feelings and a lot to reflect on. I'm not sure how the lighting's going to be here, but maybe I can fix that later. The nightclub is behind us. It's kind of a nice quiet place to hang out, and we don't have anywhere to be at this exact minute. So here we are. Hello, we came to see you. So what are we thinking right now?
Well, we were feeling a little wistful because it's the end of the trip. We, you always have all these expectations. And this ship, Vision of the Seas, is kind of special to us. It feels like home. We get on close to home, so maybe that's part of it too. The Vision's home currently is in Baltimore, near where we live. And so it's always sad when it's time for the cruise to end, and then we got an extra day for not so nice reasons. So somebody had to get emergency medical treatment. We had already headed in the direction of our home port, and about 8 hours in to our journey home, there was a medical emergency, and we had to turn around and head back the other direction towards San Juan, Puerto Rico, where this person could get an ambulance to a hospital. So I guess it was urgent that they be treated. The medical staff here decided that. So after doing the math and lots of hand wringing and teeth gnashing, they decided we wouldn't get home until a day later than our original itinerary planned. So
we added a day, and it was already a 12-night cruise, and that's a really nice length for us. I mean, a week doesn't seem long enough, and at the moment 2 weeks seems too long, and it's long enough to feel like you've done it and you've kind of forgotten about all your stresses and everything, but not long enough to really start aching for home quite too much.
yeah.
We're aching for home, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we got our fill of fun in the
I
sun.
had a great time, but it's time to go home now and say hi to the grandkids again and all that.
See how much snow is on our front driveway and everything. It snowed immediately after we left Baltimore. And while we were in 85 degree weather, it was 20 degrees at home, which is the way you want to do it ideally. But now we have to go back, and that adjustment is not going to be super easy. We're going to go back to wearing heavy coats and having a fire in the fireplace. We once again wrung every last drop of value out of the unlimited specialty dining plan from Royal Caribbean. I shopped very hard, and I went back and reshopped it a few times to get the best possible deal. And then we made advance reservations, which are now possible before you get on the ship, to take advantage of, to make some of those meal reservations ahead of time. And then we made more reservations after we got on the ship. So we ate almost every lunch and dinner at specialty restaurants. There's 3 of them. They're really good.
They really are, and we're gonna be coming back to you with a more in-depth look at the restaurants available here on Vision of the Seas.
We saw 5 great islands, some of which we've seen before, 2 new ones. We went to St. Croix again in the U.S. Virgin Islands. We saw Antigua in Antigua and Barbuda for the first time. That was a wonderful stop. We saw St. Martin, which we've seen before, and had a good time there. Not quite as good of a time as we remember. We also went to Martinique, where we've never been before, which was lovely. We made a friend. It was fantastic. And then we went to St. Kitts and Nevis, where we have been before, and had the exact same adventure that we had last time. And it was just as good as we remembered it. We did the same excursion, and it was pretty much the same trip.
It was, except that we did get to experience a different beach.
That's true, different beach.
We last year on this particular excursion, the Steel Band and Beach afternoon or evening or whatever, they took us to Penny's Beach in Nevis, on Nevis. But apparently we were supposed to go there again the other day, and the water was too rough for swimming. We stayed on St. Kitts, and they sailed us to Cockleshell Beach, and it was lovely. The swimming was lovely. Beautiful, beautiful beach.
So this cruise was very similar to the previous cruise we took on Vision of the Seas. It was also a 12-night, which, because we were sailing out of Baltimore to the Southern Caribbean, it was 3 days of sea, 5 days of islands, and then 3 more days of sea, assuming you don't have an emergency like we did this time, which is an interesting format, and we'll think about that some more too. But that might be it for now, but we really wanted to capture our feelings a little bit as we approach time to start packing
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I gotta pack tomorrow. But we don't have to get up at 5:30 tomorrow and disembark.
No, we don't. We get our hour back that we donated to the trip on the first night. We get back that hour tonight. That'll be nice. An extra hours of sleep. And we've done some sleeping on this trip. That'll be part of the adventure too. Eating and sleeping.
Yeah.
Turns out they're pretty cool. So as we sign off, there's one final message. I think the theme that keeps coming back in Scotty's and my conversations about this trip, and it's a good message for life in general, but absolutely for traveling, is your expectations are everything. Your expectations of the company you're traveling with, and your expectations of the accommodations and the food and what the venues that you visit are going to be like, and the adventures. Don't let them get too high, and maybe don't let them get too low, but the expectations really determine a lot of how much fun you're going to have.
A wise person once told me, your expectations are bitter resentments under construction. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Fairly biased assessment, I think. Giggling at the rear end of a ship headed north. This is the Crow's Next. You've been listening to Scotty.
This is Steve.
And we'll talk to you soon. Please like and subscribe. Bye for now.
Scotty Steve, Scotty Steve, Scotty Steve, Scotty Steve, Scotty Steve, Scotty Steve, Scotty Steve.